Evans, and now this is the news in detail. The Minister of Education is pleased to notify candidates, parents and the public that the 2024-2025 primary leaving and O-level national examination results will be released on Tuesday, the 19th August of 2025 at exactly 3 p.m. The public is invited to follow the live release via the ministry's official YouTube channel. And the ministry further informs the public that the 2025-2026 academic year will commence on 8th September 2025. Now, health institutions in Rwanda are urging the government to strengthen efforts to prevent maternal deaths caused by childbirth and excessive bleeding after delivery. This comes as health officials highlight that out of every 10 women who die while giving birth in Rwanda, 3 died due to postpartum hemorrhage, and statistics from the World Health Organization show that globally among 100 women who died during childbirth, between 25 and 30 die as a result of postpartum bleeding. The UN agency further indicates that these deaths are most prevalent in developing countries, particularly those located in sub-Saharan Africa. Pregnant women are advised to undergo regular checkups throughout pregnancy so they are aware of their health status. Rwanda has set a target to reduce maternal mortality to 70 deaths per 100,000 live births by the end of 2030. Last year alone, the government distributed over 200 ambulances to hospitals and health centers to speed up health services, particularly for mothers in labor. In addition, new maternity wards were built and old ones renovated. These efforts are also supported by increasing the number of midwives to further reduce maternal mortality. Despite ongoing challenges, Rwanda has made remarkable progress in reducing maternal deaths, which dropped from over 1,000 deaths per 100,000 live births in the year 2000 to 203 deaths in 2020. Normally, a mother can lose between 80 and 100 milliliters of blood during childbirth and can be discharged within 6 to 12 to 24 hours. However, if she loses around 500 milliliters and does not receive urgent medical care, her life may be at risk. A mother who delivers by cesarean section is monitored for at least 3 days before discharge, and in such cases, postpartum bleeding can reach 1,000 milliliters, and without immediate medical attention, deaths can occur within just a few hours. Now to more news. The golf course has been upgraded to international standards after an investment of $42 million. Now it receives between 100 and 160 players daily, both Rwandans and foreigners. Among them are members who pay 4 million Rwandan francs annually, while others pay between 90 and 120,000 Rwandan francs per day. We do have details on this report. Sanzwera Christie, a Rwandan professional golf player who recently won a trophy in a tournament held in Kenya, says that the existence of a golf course in Rwanda has been instrumental in nurturing his talent.
I've won a tournament in Kenya as a Sunshine Development Tour, which was 8 countries. I've won 201 points in World Golf Ranking, and I've won $2,000 in cash. And I would like to thank Kigali Golf Resort and Villas to make our talents go higher and higher, which is good for Rwandans and young people.
The golf course was expanded from 9 holes to 18 holes, reaching international standards after $17 million were invested in the course itself, along with $25 million allocated to the construction of the clubhouse. The clubhouse includes a restaurant, bar, locker rooms, swimming pool, gym, sauna, massage services, and 2 tennis courts. The course is appreciated not only by players, but also for employing 216 staff members who work in various services.
It's an advantage to work here, as you meet a lot of people with different high profile. It helps you through in terms of connection. If you're here, for example, maybe a certain minister comes here, he or she gets your contact when you're at a certain level, they should help you with a certain thing. So it's very good working here because all the people that comes here, they are very high-ended profile.
This golf investment project is managed by Rwanda Ultimate Golf Course, a subsidiary of Rwanda Social Security Board. According to the acting CEO of Rwanda Ultimate Golf Course, Gasore Zirimwabagabo Gaston, the $42 million investment upgraded the course to international standards, enabling it to host international tournaments.
The visitors we are used to get, they are coming from West Africa, especially Nigeria and Benin, where we are counting an average number of 26 people per month. We also used to get people from East African region, especially Uganda and Kenya. For instance, there has been a tournament in the last 2 weeks where we hosted 150 golfers from Uganda and Kenya in a tournament called the Interclub Challenge. Last week we hosted the Turkish Airlines tournament. In that tournament, we had the privilege of hosting 30 people from Zambia. This shows the impact golf is having on our economy, job creation, and even widening our relationship with other countries.
The golf course is built on 52 hectares within a planned total of 108 hectares. Additional infrastructure is being developed, including a 100-room 5-star hotel with full hospitality services and 689 residential houses to be built around the area. Andrew McNabola, who organizes international golf tournaments for Turkish Airlines and represents the airline in Rwanda, confirmed that the Rwandan market is promising, strengthened further by the golf course.
It's unique because of first of all, the location. It's literally 10 minutes from the business district of the city, so the golfing community can come here easily on a daily basis. It's from what I see the last couple of days, it's a very social golf club, which is always nice to see. And if you're trying to develop golf in the country, you need the golf club to be in the right location, and this one is.
Rwanda market is growing, especially in summer season. It is difficult to find seats on the flights. It is every year it is growing, and mostly in summer season you are having too many conferences in the country. It is really difficult to get seats for all airlines in summer. Very high demand in summer, and because of the conference and tourists.
On average, the course hosts between 100 and 160 players daily. Membership currently stands at 608, with each member paying 4 million Rwandan francs annually. Non-members pay 90,000 Rwandan francs for a 9-hole game and 120,000 Rwandan francs for an 18-hole game. Golf is also praised for being a good networking platform where business leaders meet and strike meaningful investment deals, according to Mabli Kimenyi, the second vice president of the Private Sector Federation. We appreciate our government for supporting the mice industry. This mice industry is tremendously contributing to business development. I want to take this opportunity to encourage Rwandans to start coming here to play golf and also interact with business investors who, for a big part of their stay in Rwanda, spend time here at the golf course. It is also equally important to participate in sports besides just making money. The 2024 Rwanda Development Board report shows that international conference sector generated $84.4 million from 115 international conferences hosted in Rwanda, which brought together 52,315 delegates. Out of the 1.3 million tourists who visited Rwanda that year, the country earned $647 million in 2024 alone. Now, the Private Sector Federation has announced that it will soon begin preparation for the 2026 International Trade Fair, following feedback from this year's edition, where participants requested improvements in organization and service delivery. This Sunday marked the final day of the exhibition, which had opened on July 29th. As the event ended, the number of visitors continued to grow by the minute. Regarding entry fees, in 2024, children paid 500 Rwandan francs, while adults paid 1,000 Rwandan francs. However, this year the fee was set at 1,000 Rwandan francs for everyone, both children and adults, sparking debate among attendees. Frequent power outages at the expo and the high cost of renting exhibition spaces were among the challenges faced by exhibitors, many of whom expressed the need for improvements in the future editions. The Private Sector Federation spokesperson, Walter Hunde, has pointed out that the 2025 Expo highlighted the progress Rwanda has made in promoting trade and partnerships, but also provided important lessons for the organizers. The 20-day International Trade Fair brought together 475 exhibitors, 378 Rwandans, and 97 foreigners from 19 countries. For the first time, Cameroon and Saudi Arabia also participated. Joining me now is Mr. Jackson Kwikiriza, the Executive Director of the Association of Microfinance Institutions in Rwanda, who just launched his book, Blessing in Disguise. Mr. Jackson, many thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much, William.
Definitely, we missed having you yesterday, but let's begin from the title, Blessing in Disguise. Why the title?
Thank you so much, William. Blessing in Disguise, I will give a perspective why I came up with this title and indeed writing this book. I was born in a family that was very poor to the extent that they did not have anything in their names. Secondly, at the age of 5, I got an accident and lost sight, one of my 2 eyes. That aside, I grew up in a community that was devoid of all social amenities. No electricity, no clean water, no roads, no hospitals, no schools. Now, growing up at the age of 5, I was now visually impaired. And going to school, playing with other kids and my peers, I was faced with serious stigma from that age till I finished high school. So because of that, I struggled, I worked hard to succeed in school and pass exams and endure all these challenges. But why I came up with this title is what I called a challenge and a serious disadvantage eventually acted as a gate to one of the reputable universities in Africa, that is Makerere University. So the visual impairment contributed because I passed, but the results I got could not allow me to join the university direct. So there was a program called Affirmative Action, and then I got some points to be able to join the university. Immediately after joining the university, I realized that what I used to call a disadvantage is now a blessing. So the essence of writing this book and coming up with this title is to encourage youth, Rwandans, and people across the globe that what you will see today as a problem, as a challenge, is likely to be a blessing that you don't know. You have to work hard and embrace it.
Definitely, Mr. Kwikiriza, Rwanda is having one of the biggest, actually the fastest and the biggest and the fastest growing number of young people. In terms of them relating to your story, of course, they may not be going through the very things that you went through, but definitely young people world over are going through stuff. How do you want them to relate with your story? How does your story speak to the Rwandans, especially the young professionals?
Thank you so much. In 2 perspectives. We have people, especially the younger Rwandans, who are going through challenges, probably in some families that are not doing well financially, but also have some young Rwandans that are in well-to-do families. Now, the children struggling with school fees, struggling to survive, they might think that is the end of the road. This book is to show them that apart from Jackson, there are millions of people that have gone through challenges, but they have been able to make it, like the way I have made it the level of a CEO from that background where I could not even get school fees. But the other side of the story is to let the children in well-to-do families that it is always a blessing to have what it takes to go to school. You go to school in a car, they drive you, they pay school fees on time, you have electricity, you have water, you have everything it takes, but you take everything for granted. And eventually, you don't make it into in life because everything, you don't want to embrace it. So this book is to encourage the youth, the generation in Rwanda, that whatever you go through, whether good or bad, embrace it, work hard, endure. Eventually you will make it because we have seen other people going. That's why I came up with a testimony in this book, what I went through and eventually made it in life.
I'll just speak still on you, just in the many chapters that are in your book, what chapter do you still read, you go back, read it, and it is fresh every single time you read it?
Yeah, one of the chapters is that chapter where I had to go with my mom to look for food every day. Being a firstborn in the family and we did not have anything at home, every day I had to go with mom to search for food. And I remember those moments when we could go and sometimes come back without anything, but still endure. So whenever I go back to that chapter, enduring sunshine and long distance, and then I just know that whatever I have gone through will always be a memory in my life that will help me continue pressing forward. That's one of those challenges. But second is the way I went through education, to the extent of trusting your relatives that they are the ones that will pay school fees for you, when the actual says they don't know sometimes the essence of education. So you want them to pay school fees for you when their children have even not gone to school. So going through that and being helped by a number of people that I mentioned in this book, when you read it, that tells me that supporting is very important, but of course embracing the support that you've gotten from many person is also very important, that you should not play around with.
Mr. Jackson, as we come to the end, I would like to know if the book is available in audio, is it in English, what languages is it in? For someone that might be interested in buying this book, where do they find it, at how much, those details? And then as in your parting shot, I want you to speak to the Jacksons of Rwanda, but also the Jacksons of the world. What do you say to them in such a time and age?
Yeah, first, the book is now launched. It's available, hard copies. It will be in the library that we have in this country. And you can get it anywhere, a hard copy. It is at 20,000 Rwanda francs. But it's also going to be available online, in Amazon and Kindle, on all these online library. What I can tell the Jacksons that will be listening is that I understand what you are going through. I might not be with you where you are now, but I want to assure you that what it takes is understanding that there are people that have gone through what you are going through, and they have been able to turn that around. I just encourage them to have a mindset. Know yourself, know where you are, where you want to be, and then work around that. You will be able to achieve that, and I can assure you that.
Well, Mr. Jackson, many thanks for your time, and of course best wishes, and to the Jacksons of the world, but also those of Rwanda. I'm very sure they've listened to you, and I'm very sure they'll look for the book.
Wonderful.
Many thanks. Thank you for making time.
Thank you so much, William.
Officials in the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Resources have noted that the proper use of fertilizers will be among the key measures to increase the yield of staple crops by 50% under the second phase of the National Strategy for Transformation. In an interview with our colleague Jean-Pierre Kagabo, the Minister of State in the ministry, pointed out that the upcoming agriculture season will coincide with the second year of government's 5-year development program, and that it must be a period of intensive work to achieve the targets set by the government. Take a look.
When we say let's use agricultural inputs, it is a food system thinking. We have to feed our soils before we feed the people. Our soils are degraded for long ago. We have a challenge of nutrients availability. So Rwanda, the government has been starting the policy of local seed production for the already imported seeds, mostly the hybrid maize, wheat, and the soybean. That one has been taking the shape. So we are now starting the new move of local manufacturing of mineral fertilizers. Those fertilizers are site-specific. So we have been using the blanket recommendations from global use, but we realized that because of our soil status, we need to use the site-specific recommendations. Research has been done, and now the trials have been conducted. The results are promising. Some fertilizers started even to be distributed to the farmers. We have the one which is NPK. The farmers are calling it tweze. It's like, let's have yield, so, which means it increases the yield. So scientifically, the use of improved seed and the fertilizers have been showing that they can increase the yield more than 55% when other conditions are well taken care of. So I'm saying the crop management, the extension services, and even when you look at the climate change mitigation. So the use of inputs is very important. So we have a target of shifting from 70 kilograms per hectare to 94 kilograms per hectare in 5 years. So this is even an average which is below the developed countries, even globally. So we wanted to increase that target, but we have also to bring the private sector on board so that there is a share of the government, at the same time the speed from the private sector. So that is what we see, the use of inputs, seed and the fertilizers, but mostly now we are adding the amendment. Most of our soil, 60% are on the hillside, and we have big percentage of acidic soils. Those acidic soils, they are having low yield. So even if we put the good mineral fertilizers without liming the soils, so we are not doing nothing. So it's like you are shooting in the air. So we wanted to focus mostly on acidic soils so that we increase the productivity while also taking care of those. So the amendment, the compost remains. We are now mobilizing farmers to have a compost at each household. Now when we are focusing on our sites, we are focusing on a dose. So the farmers have been using the lower dose. So not really respecting the total amount which is needed to be applied. So we have now a new move of extension services, the customized agriculture extension system, which is focusing on those sites, putting the agronomist, bringing the agro dealers to give those seed and fertilizers.
How different are you going to do so that you make sure you make the target, and also working on agro dealership? You may have inputs, but how it gets to farmers, smallholder farmers, may be another issue.
The channel of input supply now is being streamlined. We are using digital solutions. We are using the smart Nkongandire system where farmers are registering at the agro dealership level so that they may order and buy seed and fertilizers. So we keep training. We keep training our farmers. We keep adding more digital tools, even the equipments that farmers have to use. Most of the farmers, they need smartphones. They need upgraded equipment that can help them to move. So it's like we are now looking at the system to see how the system can be user-friendly to the farmers, not only farmers, all those users, so that in the end we will be having around 3 million of farmers who are using the digital systems to deliver inputs. So we make sure that the bigger suppliers are having the bigger warehouses, proximity affordability, proximity availability of inputs in different provinces, but at the same time training the agro dealers to make sure that they understand the business around the seed and the fertilizer supply, but most importantly also training our farmers to use the digital tools at the same time ordering input and seed on time.
What are you doing as government to support seed producers, seed companies that have been established to make sure that their seed also make benefit for them?
Normally the seed producers, are selling the produce under the subsidy system. So they are part of the business. That is one. Second, they benefit or resource advantage. If they want a subsidized irrigation, they get it. If you want a subsidized inputs availability, because the seed, seed also should have inputs. So all of those, the government is working on it. We are helping them in a certification process. We are helping them in a training process so that they understand the seed quality, the seed marketing, and even storage and all of those. So the training, the capacity development is one offer from the government, but also they are benefiting from all those advantage that farmers are getting, irrigation and the inputs. All those are part of the package that the seed producers are getting to make the business moving.
That is the Minister of State from the Ministry of Agriculture, and thank you so much, Jean-Paul Kagabo. Now, RTV returns a bit with international news.
Every journey has a beginning. From nature comes refreshing fruity goodness that keeps you going every day. With every pack complementing life's best moments. Not one, not two, but 5 different fruity flavors. And this journey keeps giving. Introducing Inyanji's new fruity juice flavors, guava and cocktail. Now available at your nearest shop. Always ask for Inyanji.
Nyiri muto arababwiraga data bati ntabwo agira umukamo mwinshi utunze inka imwe, ariko nigeze acika intege. Mama akinjira mu bucuruzi hari abamubwiraga bati ntabwo watera imbere udakorera mu iduka rigezweho, ariko ntibyamusubije inyuma, yakoranaga umwete. Njye muri kaminuza hari abanshidikanyagaho bavuga ko nashobora kaminuza naturuka mu muryango wifashije, ariko byaragiye nanditse amateka mashya. Igihe cyo gutera ishema umuryango wanjye kigeze, bamwe bakomeje kumbwira bati ntabwo watera umuryango wawe ibyishimo n'ishema, ariko narabishoboye. Hari abakekaga ko nasigira umurage ukomeye abankomokaho, ariko ubu mfite uruganda rutunganya amata. Banki ya Kigali yabaye umufatanyabikorwa wanjye mu rugendo rwose, inzozi zanjye ziba impamo. Bigereho.
Now, wildfires in Spain and Portugal have forced evacuations and the development of thousands of emergency personnel, where thousands of firefighters have been deployed to battle ongoing blazes, and towns have also been evacuated. In the meantime, the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has visited affected regions to meet with the heads of emergency teams. Euronews has the details to this.
Thousands of emergency personnel battled wildfires gripping Spain and Portugal as a heat wave continues to ravage the Iberian Peninsula. High temperatures have sparked a wave of fires that are of particular concern in Galicia, Leon and Caceres. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez visited the affected regions, meeting with emergency teams and saying that the next few days would be critical. The wildfires have already reportedly burned over 115,000 hectares of land, including more than 50,000 in Galicia alone. Neighbouring Portugal, around 3,200 firefighters battled 9 major fires over the weekend. Mainland Portugal has been affected by multiple fires since July. High temperatures have led to the declaration of a state of alert, which remains in effect. The Portuguese government requested assistance from the EU Civil Protection Mechanism, a firefighting force that European countries in need can call upon.
With that report, we come to the end of tonight's edition. My name is William Evans Mtabazi. Have a good night, good luck, see you.